She was bleeding, broken, and silent. But when the SEAL medic asked if her training was enough, Amelia James didn't answer with words. She answered with actions. What happened next stunned everyone on that battlefield. Amelia James tightened the strap of her vest. The weight of her pack pressed down on her shoulders. Dust rose with every step across the jagged road. Her broken watch dangled at her wrist, its cracked face catching the morning light. She kept it anyway. It reminded her of time lost and of promises she had made to herself. Around her, soldiers moved in tense rhythm. Weapons checked, boots laced, breath sharp. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. Silence was her shield. The field stretched wide and merciless. Rocks like teeth, shadows like traps. Every hill hid uncertainty. The instructors had warned them today would be brutal. Simulated chaos, no mistakes forgiven. Her team glanced at her more than once. Sergeant Reed adjusted his helmet, waiting for her lead. Corporal Vance smirked nervously, but his eyes betrayed doubt. Private Keller clutched his rifle too tightly, knuckles pale. Amelia knew what they thought. She was too quiet, too composed, too unshakable. The whistle cut through the air. The exercise began. They moved. Boots against gravel, breath heavy. Amelia scanned the ridges. The map etched itself into her mind. Enemy points, extraction zones, supply caches. She had memorized everything. Then the first explosion ripped through the silence. The ground convulsed. Dust surged like smoke. Amelia hit the dirt. Her broken watch slammed against rock, cracking further. The sting of pain shot through her wrist, but she ignored it. Her leg burned. Shrapnel. Torn fabric. Blood seeped warm. She gritted her teeth. Her team scrambled around her, voices sharp with panic. "Lieutenant, you're hit!" Amelia stayed silent. Her breath was steady, even as fire pulsed through her thigh. She dragged herself toward cover, pulling with her arms, ignoring the screaming muscles in her leg. Reed's voice cracked as he shouted orders. Keller froze, eyes wide. Amelia caught his gaze. Silent nod, move. He obeyed. Another blast tore the air, closer this time. Stones rained around them. Amelia pressed against a boulder, sweat mixing with blood. Her broken watch ticked faintly, though time itself felt frozen. The medic would come. She knew who. Chief Petty Officer Kane SEAL, ruthless in assessment, brutal in honesty. She had heard the stories. He broke soldiers with words sharper than bullets. Her leg throbbed. The dust thickened. Shadows moved. Amelia gripped her pack, searching for gauze. Her fingers shook, but her face stayed calm. She had endured worse. She had trained for this. Yet she knew Kane's arrival would be harder than the wound itself. Boots approached through the haze, deliberate, heavy, unmistakable. The SEAL medic was coming. Kane knelt beside her. His shadow blocked the sun. His eyes were cold, sharp, like he had seen 100 soldiers bleed and lie. He didn't speak at first. His hands moved fast, checking her wound, pressing against her leg. Pain shot through her body. Amelia's lips tightened, but no sound escaped. "You're hurt bad," Kane muttered. His voice was steady, almost calm. "Did your training prepare you for this?" The words hit harder than the blast. Doubt flickered, but only for a breath. Amelia stayed silent. She reached into her vest, pulled out an old wallet, empty. No money, just a faded photo of her younger brother, the edges torn, his smile still whole. She pressed it against her thigh as if the picture itself held strength. Kane's brow furrowed. "You think silence proves something?" His tone was sharp now. "Show me, fix it. Don't wait for me." Her hands shook, but she tore gauze from her pack, wrapping her leg with precision. Each knot was tight, each movement clean. Pain pulsed, but her breathing stayed even. Kane's eyes tracked every detail. Her team watched too. Keller's mouth hung open. Reed clenched his jaw. Vance shifted uneasily. They were waiting for her to crack. To scream, to ask for help. She gave them nothing. The wind carried dust across the ridge. A dusty road stretched beyond them, lined with jagged rocks like broken teeth. Amelia's gaze followed it. She knew they would need to move soon. The exercise wasn't over. The threats weren't done. Kane leaned closer. His voice dropped. "Grit isn't enough. Show me skill. Show me command." Her silence deepened. She raised her hand, signaled Reed to shift left, Keller to cover the ridge, Vance to prepare supplies. Her team obeyed instantly. Kane's eyes narrowed, surprised. Another explosion boomed in the distance. Echoes rolled across the hills. Dust rose like smoke from a battlefield. Amelia pressed her palm against her leg. Blood seeped, but the bandage held. Her brother's photo stared up at her from the wallet. The empty wallet that once carried promises, now only weight of memory. Kane's gaze lingered. His voice low. "This isn't over. Prove you can lead with that wound." The sky darkened slightly as smoke drifted overhead. Amelia's grip tightened on the wallet. She slid it back into her vest, her eyes steady. Boots thundered nearby. More soldiers, or maybe another ambush. Kane straightened, rifle at his side. The team tightened formation, watching the dusty road ahead. Shadows moved in the haze. Figures approaching. Not friend. Not rescue. Figures materialized on the ridge. Dark shapes against the rising sun. Weapons glinted. Even from a distance, Amelia knew. They weren't allies. Her team shifted nervously. Reed whispered, "Lieutenant, orders?" Amelia raised her hand. A flat palm. Hold. Her silence was heavier than any shout. Reed froze, then nodded. Kane's eyes cut to her, then back to the horizon. He didn't speak either. His rifle was steady, his breath calm. He was testing her still. The dusty road stretched before them, endless, merciless. Each grain of dirt felt like a countdown. Amelia's broken watch ticked faintly at her wrist, a fractured rhythm against her pulse. The figures moved closer. 5, maybe 6, spread wide, disciplined. A deliberate push. Simulated enemies, yes. But their intent felt real. The dust carried their boots like thunder. Amelia scanned the terrain. Rocks to the left. A dip in the earth ahead. She calculated distance, timing. Every second stretched long. Her leg burned with every heartbeat. Blood seeped slower now, but pain gnawed. She ignored it. She raised 2 fingers. Reed and Vance shifted left. Keller stayed low. Kane's gaze flicked toward her. A silent question. "Will you break?" Amelia didn't answer. She adjusted her grip on her rifle, steadying the weight. The air grew still, thick with waiting. Even the dust seemed to pause. Then a shot cracked the silence. A round slammed into the dirt near Keller. He flinched, but Amelia's sharp gesture snapped him back. "Stay." Her team opened fire. Sharp bursts echoed across the ridge. Rocks splintered. Dust swirled higher. The figures advanced, disciplined even under fire. Amelia slid along the ground, dragging her wounded leg. Every scrape tore flesh, but her jaw stayed locked. She reached a vantage point near a jagged boulder. Her rifle pressed steady. She squeezed. One figure dropped. Kane's eyes flickered. Not approval, not yet, just acknowledgement. Vance shouted over the noise, "We're pinned!" Amelia didn't shout back. She raised her hand, signaling Reed to flank. Reed moved without hesitation. Crawling through dust, rifle raised, her chest burned. Her vision narrowed. The dusty road blurred, but she forced clarity. Each gesture was deliberate. Each decision sharp. The enemy fire intensified. Simulated rounds smacked stone inches from her face. Her broken watch rattled against rock. Tick, crack, tick. Kane's voice cut low, close to her ear. "If you fail here, your team falls with you." "Prove them wrong." She didn't answer. Her silence became command. Then, silence broke with a roar. A grenade clattered into the dirt, rolling toward Keller's feet. The grenade hissed. Keller's eyes went wide. He froze, panic locking him in place. The dusty air vibrated with the ticking fuse. Amelia's pulse surged. Pain ripped through her leg, but she pushed off the ground, dragging herself forward. Her broken watch banged against stone as she crawled. She reached Keller in seconds that felt like hours. His face was pale. His lips trembled. "Lieutenant," her hand cut him off. Flat palm, "Stay low." Her eyes steady. She grabbed the grenade. Kane shouted, "Don't!" Amelia's arm swung. She hurled the device over the ridge. It vanished in the dust. A split breath later, it exploded. The ground shook, stones rattling, dust boiling into the air. Keller gasped. Reed swore. Vance shouted something lost in the noise. Amelia pressed her back to the boulder, chest heaving. The broken watch on her wrist had stopped ticking. The hands frozen forever. She glanced once, then looked away. Time was gone. Only action mattered. Kane crouched beside her. His jaw clenched. His eyes burned with something sharper than doubt, respect. But he didn't say it. Instead, he growled, "That's one move. Show me more." Enemy fire picked up again. Amelia signaled. Reed advanced, sliding into cover. Vance laid suppressing fire. Keller steadied his breathing, copying her calm. Her leg throbbed. The bandage was soaked now. She pressed her palm against it. feeling the warmth of blood. Then she looked at her empty wallet again, hidden in her vest. Her brother's smile stared back. She tucked it deep like a promise not to fall. Kane's hand pressed against her shoulder. "You're bleeding out. Admit it." She shook her head once. Silent. Absolute. The figures advanced again, shadows in the haze. Closer. Relentless. Amelia shifted her rifle. Her finger pressed the trigger steady. Another target fell, her silence spread. The team moved with it. Reed flanked. Vance covered. Keller steadied. Every motion tight, efficient. They followed her stillness more than her signals.